One of the coolest things about Ultimate Frisbee is that it's actually self-officiated. But sometimes with that, means it can get a little bit controversial. So controversial, in fact, that sometimes players take to Reddit and ask, was this a foul or not? Today, I'm throwing on my ref costume and diving into some of these debates. So let's begin with this very first play. Before I get into the clip, let me give just a little bit of context. The offense is in white here, and this guy is about to call a foul on the defender in black. All right, so if we play the clip, trying to get off the sideline, just to a dump and collision there. My man almost got a Callahan. If I just stop it here, it looks like the defender's kind of going on a straight line path, like straight ahead, kind of like straight that way. And the offense is kind of going just a tad bit into that lane that the defender's like already kind of in. So at least right there, I don't think that's a foul in the defense. If anything, I think that might be a foul on the offense. If I just highlight the USAU rules real quick, this is like underneath the dangerous play, but jumping right in front of a sprinting player in a manner where contact is unavoidable. If anything, I feel like that part right there alone could have been towards the offense. To keep it rolling, right here, I want to stop there because this is provide more context because the coach actually chimed in on this post. The second attempt on the disc is where the main foul occurred. But once again, I think because the offense initiated contact to begin with, I don't really think that's a valid point here. If anything, I think the defender's second attempt on the play was a real foul here. Observer ruling, not a foul. Got an actual YouTube clip on this one. All right, just a deep cut. He's running. A little bit of fight for position there. Now, in my opinion, for the majority of this play, I don't think there was a foul occurred, except for like one small little part. So they're running, it's good, it's clean, it's all right. But right about here, if we look at Orange's arm, he's starting to stick it out to just block the white player here from like taking that line. And then just looking at the USAU rules again, I think that literally falls under the blocking fouls where the disc is in the air, a player may not move in a manner solely to prevent an opponent from taking an unoccupied pass to the disc. So yeah, once again, for a majority of the play, don't think it was a foul except for that small part. But number 5, I think, did have a real reason to call foul if they really wanted to. I ain't gonna lie, this next one, I probably sat here for like 20 minutes trying to decide which side I'm on. But let's just play it through so you can see what happens. Like a high release throw and bang, clocked. But overall, this was a very polarizing one. There were more upvotes for a foul on the defense than there were for not a foul on the defense. Like it is a high release, like very high release throw. It's floaty. We can see the offense here has to readjust because of that. And it does look like this defender is still staying on their kind of like their line, their path. So I'm gonna stop on this frame here. This is the frame that I want to get into and what kind of like made my final decision on what I think this foul is. All players have the right to enter their airspace immediately above their torso to make a play on a thrown disc. If non-incidental contact occurs in the airspace immediately above a player before the outcome is determined, is a foul on the player entering the vertical space of the other player. This offense has to slightly adjust, and then you're gonna see that kind of slightly back up, like jump kind of like backwards into this defender space who is kind of going more directly vertical. In my opinion, I'm aside on the not a foul on the defense just because I feel like the defense had more of that vertical space to them. And I think just because like the offense is slightly adjust backwards on the throw, it was on that exact line that they were expecting, but the defense was kind of already there. They kind of jumped into the vertical space of the defense, in my opinion. I can already tell this one is going to give me a lot of dislikes on this video, but hey, I got a right to everything I say. All right, here we go with another one. The blue is about to call a foul on black. Suppose this is universe point, so, you know, tension's already high. And
He needs some milk.
Nah, that's a pride foul right there. Literally nothing even happened. There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. Phantom foul. I really hope that this team did not lose because they called this back and she really contested it. I hope she retracted that foul because it's kind of pathetic. I'm sorry about it, but it is what it is. All right, so 6'6", getting close to hard cap. Mizzou player in yellow calls foul on the thrower from Middleton High School, claiming the thrower hit his arm. Pivoting, looking, dancing. Huh? I don't know how that's a foul at all. All right, so first rule for the throwing foul that needs to be stated is this one right here. Any contact between the thrower and extended arms or legs of a marker is a foul on the marker unless it's completely stationary. And if we look back, my man is completely moving and lunge into the thrower for sure. So once again, that's a foul on the mark. But yeah, if we look at the slow-mo again, it looks like this foul occurred on the follow-through anyway. I'm trying to see if I like keep on pausing it right there. So it looks like the disc is out right here, right? Then maybe he gets clipped. But this is the rule I want to talk about. If this was on the follow through, although it should be avoided whenever possible, incidental contact occurring during the follow through is not a foul. Because again, I think this was just like a rule misunderstanding. So I don't know how the yellow player even called the foul here at all. So I'm gonna say no foul. For this next one, the offense is calling dangerous play because the defense jumps diagonally and doesn't avoid the contact, while defense claims that the offense never really had possession of the disc. Let me know what you guys think. Oh my goodness, hold up. Wait a minute. Yo, these super low quality videos, bro. I can't see, but it's super blurry. Bam! my man got trucked. I've been waiting to use this one. Hold up. That's a flag. That's a flag. So the OP did say that they're from Egypt, so I went to the whiff diff, and dangerous play, receiver fouls, they're pretty similar when it comes to USAU, so not the biggest difference. But we already know it's a dangerous play, and then it says if the dangerous play call is accepted, this must be treated as the most relevant foul. Obviously, receiver foul. Like, I think the only way the defense could call, like, contest this or, like, you know, disagree is if they truly think 100% that there's no way that offense could make a play on the disc prior to that dangerous play happening. So I think this is definitely a foul here. So for context for this next one, the white team calls a foul on blue. Don't know what happens because this is actually my first time watching it. A little bit blurry, but let's see. All right. Oh, okay. It happened over there. I was literally looking at the handlers the whole time. It happened downfield. There's two players here. You're gonna see that one of them runs right in front of the other one, and then eventually the guy in front kind of gets his like feet kind of clipped, I think by the knee of the other, and then kind of trips and stumbles. So right there, it looks like. I think it's like the offense's fault why it even happened. I don't think the defender really had too much to do with this. I'm just going to let it play, but the defender kind of has to slow down based on like that line that the offense is taking is really subtle. Like the defense kind of has to do like a little slight back juke because he kind of gets cut off by that offense there. This falls under another type of blocking foul. Just because this one states a player may not take a position that is unavoidable by a moving opponent when time, distance, and line of sight are considered. I think that's really on them. So I mean, I think that's contested all day, every day. But that's on me. So we're probably about to get to the craziest foul call in this whole entire video. Just watch. Supposedly, this is Italy versus USA. Italy calls the foul here, supposedly. But look at it, they're running. All right, it's off a deep shot, bumping a little bit, not too crazy. But now we're just getting to like a straight up wrestling match. It pushes her to the side. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing right now? Definitely not a foul on USA here. Definitely a foul on that guy. He literally trucked her, bro. Literally the wildest foul play I've ever seen. Just because of how this man tosses her to the side like she's nothing. I mean, look at her face. She has a right to be upset. You pushed me in the back. She just said, you pushed me in the back. Supposedly based on a comment that this man was presented video evidence and still did not change his opinion. But hey, if you like watching these fouls, you might also like